Hey everyone, John Moran here with Solutions 8, and today we're going to be going over a topic that I think is well deserved. So, a lot of you, including us, pretty much all of our e-commerce campaigns run some facet of smart shopping. But there's a limit to what smart shopping can bring in when, especially when you have a ROAS goal or just trying to maximize conversion value. And there's ways to help it with other campaigns. So smart shopping obviously takes in new traffic from shopping campaigns, also search with display select, but also has a heavy amount of remarketing built into it. And when you don't necessarily have anywhere else to go inside of smart shopping, like it's not spending the money that you wanted to spend, or you need to start to expand it and start to scale it, and running just more ad spend is not working. Obviously, the first thing you need to do is check into your feed to make sure you can have feed optimizations to your titles, your descriptions, your images, to look at all sorts of start with the feed titles, though. It's a quick hint there. But let's say your feed is perfectly optimized and your campaign is spending well, and it's getting good ROAS, but you just can't break through that glass ceiling. This is a way to use Google Ads, the other campaigns, in order to feed back into the smart shopping campaign. And the reason why you'd want to do this is you can use these other campaigns, such as like a sacrificial campaign. And all that means is using the other campaigns on a lower spend in order to drive new traffic that's really relevant to the site, in order for smart shopping to then pick up from there and take off with. Just like how they would find you if they clicked on a shopping ad, or clicking on a YouTube ad, or clicking on a display ad. And I want to kind of show you the real results that take place when you run these type of ads, because a lesser agency might just look and say, well, it didn't make a conversion. Oops, that must stink. But the way to actually monetize your smart shopping campaign is by feeding it data from other sources. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. This campaign here, we have last 7 days. Our smart shopping campaign has a 678% return on ad spend. Our search campaign has a 262% return on ad spend. And obviously the branded is just the branded. That one, we try not to spend too much in the brand campaign here, of only about $10 a day. But we recently just started these, and this one I think has got 2 days left learning. This one's only been running for I think 4 days or something like that. But these are basically all sort of brand new campaigns. Custom display, we started really on the 28th. Same with YouTube, 28th. So basically all these campaigns started on the 28th, each one of these here. So these campaigns that started on the 28th are going to help my smart shopping campaign. Now, what you might look at is, oh no, you have 272 clicks and 90 clicks and 293 and 36 clicks and nothing is coming in. You're just losing money. You lost $240. But here's the interesting part. When you look at the segment by time and you look at, day, what you'll notice is even if I go back, let's say 14 days, if you look at my 14-day spends, look at where I spent 40. I'm just going to use round numbers. So I'm going to use the first number, 40, 30, 30, 40, 40, 40, 50. And then on the 25th, went to 80. Then we went back down 50, 70, 60, 86. And then 133, 178. And you look at the impressions, 10 to 20 here, 20 to, back down to 20, low 20s. Now it's in 32, 53, 59. Remember when we started the YouTube campaigns on the day of the 28th, when they first started getting clicks, went from 21 the next day, 32 the next day, 53 the next day, 60 or 59, basically almost 60,000 impressions, and clicks started to rise. And then if you look at the conversions, we had a good day here, and a good day here, but it was under 10. We had one kind of bigger day here, back under 10, and then it went to 11 with obviously the time duration. And then this is 8, and obviously this is just yesterday, so we have a little bit of time lag here. But you'll see how these are starting to spend more, starting to make more sales and get more clicks, and getting way more impressions. And all because what we did is we started the other two campaigns. And the other two campaigns, what they are looking like, let me just turn off the segmentation here. You can kind of see the clicks starting to move up, obviously, recently, and then the conversions are moving in line with that conversion line that we have in here. So this is what's really an interesting phenomenon, is even though your display and your YouTube campaigns are necessarily just drawing in bad, quote unquote, conversions, it's because it's not attributing to the sale. Now, we already know on the video, we've already had 2 people say, oh, you've one heck of a YouTube commercial, you've earned a customer for life. Now, these products are not expensive. They're like $5 to $10. So it doesn't sound as amazing as what it may sound like, but still really cool. But what's interesting is they saw the YouTube video. They commented that they actually purchased on the YouTube video, and we're still showing no conversion value. Well, why is that? Recently, Google has opened up their top pass to include network and video creative. So network, since it's new, we just opted into the beta right now. So we just actually did it today. So we still only see search, and our network, our video creative still says unnamed. This is still just the search campaign here. But since we've opted in, what we're going to be looking for in this new beta is in the network dimension as part of the beta release. This is going to be able to tell us if the network is going to say YouTube, then smart shopping, then sale, or YouTube, then let's say dynamic marketing, then sale. I need to see YouTube being the part of the path that had a influence in actually converting these users. We know it's happening. We know it's not showing up yet. We see it though in smart shopping. Smart shopping went from $50 spent on average to yesterday spent almost $200. That's good. That's what I want to see. I want this thing to start to increase. I want this thing to start to gain more activity. Anybody that watches the video longer than 30 seconds is automatically added to the smart shopping retargeting. That's a big issue because these YouTube videos are only costing us, let me see if I close this down again. YouTube videos are only costing us 3 and 4 pennies per view. So if you think about the mass amount of outbound exposure that we're getting for the cost, and the amount of ability to remarket to them when your average smart shopping click is 80 cents, when my average YouTube video watches 2 cents to 3 cents. We've taken a much better approach at broadening our reach to people who are interested because they didn't skip the ad, they watched longer than 30 seconds. We're really increasing our reach to say, hey, you've looked at this video, you didn't click on the video shopping ad and go and buy, or maybe you did and you didn't buy, or you just watched the video maybe 2 or 3 times and you didn't skip it each time. And so now we're going to show some smart shopping remarketing campaigns to you to get you to come back to the site or visit the site for the first time and make a purchase. And that's what it's doing right now. It's going out to the ecosystem and finding those 20,000 additional new users per day that have been seeing these ads either on display or seeing the ads on YouTube or clicking on the ads on display, and try to get them back into the back into smart shopping. What's really important is you want to have very clearly defined targeting. Because smart shopping is so powerful, it's going to go after these users fairly aggressively to remarket to them to get them to come back to your site. But what happens if they're uninterested parties? You start to remarket to people who aren't really ever interested in the first place, and now you're spending more money to spend more money, and your return on ad spend is going to dip. You go from $50 a day to $200 a day. Your ROAS is going to go from 700 down to 200 because now you're spending twice the amount of money, first on YouTube video and second in remarketing, just trying to get them to buy something, and they might not be ready yet, or they may be the wrong people. So make sure to A/B test everywhere, and that's kind of what we're doing here. I can't show you the keywords, but this is a custom intent display and then a DSK display. So this is the keywords display, search keywords for YouTube, display search keywords for display, and then a custom intent audience that we built around these keywords as well. So it's a kind of a two-prong approach, and we're seeing different interaction rates from the DSK than we are from the custom. And then we're getting better interaction rates on the display from custom than we are from DSK. So make sure you're testing this. Make sure that you have a segmented A/B test, so that when you start to see more engagement and you're starting to see more higher watch rates and you're starting to see better clicks and better views, you start to crank up that audience. When it's all combined into one, you really don't know what's going on. So make sure that they're hyper segmented. But you can see just in the first 2 days, already a doubling of our campaign spend on smart shopping. So this is a way for you to say, what, I have $500 a day and have a ROAS goal of 300, but it spends 60 and I cannot get it. One thing, obviously, if you remove the ROAS goal, it'll spend 500 or close to it, hopefully over time, but your ROAS may not be in line. So keeping that ROAS goal, but feeding more interested users in from another source is a way to scale that campaign. And then obviously on YouTube and display, you got only a few billion people. So, your resources are limited there, but it's a way for you to actually reach out to a really relevant, wide audience and crank up that engagement. So if you like this tip, please like, comment, share, subscribe, tell your grandma. We like all those things. So thank you very much.